Hello there. It is I, your sacred bombshell sister, Abiola Abrams from sacredbombshell.com and Sacred Business Academy. I hope that you have been catching my Spiritpreneur podcast. If you haven't, you can subscribe on iTunes. You can find it at sacredbombshell.com, of course, or spiritpreneur.net. But I know that's a little tricky to spell. So you can actually go to ownyourbombshell.com, and that will bring you to where you can sign up for a free gift, get on my list, and also find the podcast. All right, so let's get on let's get on to today's lesson. Today we are talking about procrastination. Procrastination was my homeboy for many years. I started the procrastination game when I was a wee baby goddess back in the 3rd grade. And I took deadlines as crunch time rather than thinking about how to be able to plan so that at the last minute until like 4 o'clock in the morning, I wasn't getting things done. Of course, I had to come up with something different when, as an adult and a professional writer, my entire life was based on deadlines. I also want to, in this video, talk about writer's block, which is a different, or related but different thing, but it has some of there's a lot of overlap. And so I'm going to be sharing some tips in order to stop your writer's block and procrastination, because for a long time, after, figuring out systems and ways to not have procrastination be this kind of man on my back, I thought that I was past it. And I had never actually experienced writer's block because I love to write. Writing has been my passion since I was 6 years old. So imagine my surprise when I started to write the Sacred Bombshell Handbook of Self-Love, a book that I know that I was born to write for you, and the procrastination bug and writer's block bit me in the behind. I just could not, I just felt so blocked, and nothing that I did was working. Nothing that would normally be working. I prayed, I meditated, I had my little singing gong bowls. To try my sound meditation. I had my crystals going. I had my little light a candle for myself on my altar. I used my affirmations, everything. And I just could not get going. I was drinking water and working out for my huge pink water thing for some inspiration, and the inspiration was not coming. And my editor, the beautiful Alyssa, who is amazing, was like, dude, you need to get this done. You need to step into it. And I was almost like me, motivator of people, self-love coach, speaker, motivational speaker, was like, no, I can't go on. I can't do this. It's not working. Let's just forget it. It's not going to happen. And what really caused me to have a breakthrough, a sacred bombshell breakthrough to get the bombshell handbook done, was to really address my procrastination, meaning talk to my procrastination, ask what it was there to teach me. Now, this may sound a little woo-woo for people, but then you're on the wrong channel, because I'm a woo-woo kind of girl. And I believe that our emotions are there in our lives to teach us something, that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And what I learned, what I realized, was that my procrastination, my writer's block, was because I was writing really personal stories, really personal things, and taking my role as a counselor and as a teacher and as a speaker and a motivator and empowerment specialist to a different level. And so I was deep down afraid of, like, what will people think? What will my mother think? What will my father think? What will my tribe, you, think? What will I think when my business is out there in the street? And that was the real issue behind why I was procrastinating. I was scared. And so once I addressed the fear that was under the procrastination, then I was able to really get to get on, and my writing and my work then just flowed. And so that's number one. Ask yourself, what are you afraid of? Address the fear, the challenge. What are you avoiding behind the procrastination? I actually have a list of 34 ways to stop writer's block and procrastination. It's at my blog. If you go to sacredbombshell.com and type in procrastination, it'll come up. But I wanted to do a video. I'm going to share probably 10 of them in this video, and maybe those will be enough to get you motivated and get you going. But if you want the rest, then I will post the link I'll post the link below. Okay. All right. So how to stop procrastinating. I gave you one. All right. Number two, do a pattern interrupt, which means to disrupt the ways that you always do things. If you always sit at your desk and write at 6 in the morning, try writing at night. Try getting up an hour earlier. Try just doing something a little bit different, going and writing in a coffee shop. If you are always, you have your lunch at your desk, just do something that is different from the way that you usually do things, and your brain will say, oh, okay, I need to step up my game. Something different is happening. Number three, third way to nip procrastination in the bud, morning pages. I first learned about morning pages in Julia Cameron's The Artist's Way. Do I have that book up here? It's way over on my shelf over there. Can you get it? Oh, no, I don't see it. Maybe I lent it to somebody. But I first learned about morning pages in The Artist's Way. And what The Artist's Way is amazing, by the way. If you're an artist, and meaning a creative person, a writer, a jewelry maker, an artisan of any kind, get this book. It'll be really powerful for you. All right, but morning pages are where you wake up every day and you write stream of consciousness for 20 pages or for 20 pages, no, for 20 minutes or 3 pages, whichever comes first. And what it does is it gets that gobbledygook out of your brain that all of us, our brains are like computers basically. And you know, like how when you have on your computer all these windows open, and things run a little bit more slowly. Well, your subconscious mind is thinking about all kinds of things. While I'm talking to you, my subconscious mind is asking, no, did I ever finish drinking that green tea that was over there? And did I call this person back? And all those things. You have all those open loops going on. When you do freestyle writing first thing in the morning, when you wake up out of the dream state and just put pen to paper and just let whatever comes out, it gets a lot of that gunk out. So then your brain is a lot more clear, just like when you close the open windows on your laptop or your computer. So I want you to try this. It's been really, really empowering for me. I used to do morning pages many, 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 many years ago. And I stopped until recently, and I just started doing it again. I do my morning pages, and then I do my workout, and it has been game-changing. So morning pages. All right. Let's see. My numbers are off. I think that was number 3. Okay, number 4. I think. Yes, number 4. Butt in chair. Every day, no matter what, put your butt in the chair. Stop waiting for inspiration to hit you. Stop waiting for the goddess muse to visit you. Stop waiting for something miraculous to happen. Take whatever you're supposed to do. If you're trying to declutter your garage, for example, and you're procrastinating about it, break it down to the sum of its parts, and do it for 15 minutes a day rather than looking at the whole big thing. You don't have to sit in a chair and write a whole book on one day, but if you sit in a chair for 15, 20 minutes a day, at the end of the year, you will have a book. And so whatever it is, if you're setting up a website, if you are like I said, decluttering, if you're starting a not-for-profit, whatever it is, 15, 20 minutes a day, you have that for yourself. Make it, put your butt in your chair, physically, metaphorically, whichever way works, and do it. And just do the darn thing. Oh, and this is a tip about the morning pages, and it works for butt and chair too, that if you don't know what to say, you can write, I don't know what to say, until then you do. The same for button chair, and I'm going to write. Sit your butt in the chair, and if you don't know what to write, be like, I don't know what to write, until you do. Of course, this is after you do your research, and if we're talking about the writing part of it, you do your research, you're outlining all of those things. Okay, number 5. Take a social media blackout. I love social media. I love talking to you here. I love hanging out with you on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and Pinterest at Abiola TV, where the TV stands for Transformation and Victory. If we're not already hooked up, hook up. Let's do it. Tumblr. But There are times where you need to tune out in order to tune into you. So if you are blocked or procrastinating about getting it done, whatever it is in your life, take a social media blackout or brownout, and just go off the grid for a little bit, whether it's a week, a month. I've been doing at least 1 month a year for the past couple of years, and it has been great. For work, I have to check email, but if email is not involved with your work, take a break from email too and just shut it down. And that'll allow you then to be able to focus without having to post every picture of every thing you ate or, whatever it is. I love those kinds of pictures, by the way. But take a break from them so that you can get your real work done. Yes? Yes. Okay. Number 6, create better boundaries. Let your yeses be yeses and your noes be noes. Maybe the thing you're procrastinating about is something you don't need to be doing because you didn't want to be doing it anyway. Is it something that your boss or your partner asked you to do and you don't feel like doing it? Is it that it's something that you're not meant to be doing? Have more clear boundaries. And if you really want to do something, like someone I know says, only do things that are a hell yeah. Heck yeah. If it's not, then don't do it. So be firm about your yeses and your nos and have better boundaries. And along these lines, something else that I want to point out, there's another video that I did a couple of weeks ago about emotional winters and being in different seasons in your life. A lot of times when we're procrastinating about something, it's because it's just not what we want to be doing. It's not in the cards. It's just, we just need to take some time out to just deal with ourselves and deal with life. And it just may not be the alignment for that to happen. Just something to think about. All right, let's see. Oh, this is a great one. Number 7, visualize it finished. See it from the end. Whatever you're doing, have a picture of it. Like right now, one of the things that I'm working on, my next book is going to be named The Sacred Bombshell Business Bible, because I have Sacred Business Academy and I'm building the Become the Guru program. Really exciting. Go to ownyourbombshell.com and sign up to get the free gifts and be on my list, and then you'll know about it. But because I'm stepping into a new evolution and new ground, it's really important for me to put the tools that I teach you into place. And so that means visualizing and seeing my book. And so one of the things, for example, that Dr. Wayne Dyer advises, and I think I'll do this, I actually just decided this as I'm talking to you, is while you're working on something, have the cover printed up for your book. And so maybe I'll get the cover printed up and I'll show it to you when I do. And I'll put a false cover onto a copy of the Sacred Bombshell Handbook that actually is the title of my new book, The Sacred Bombshell Business Bible. For spiritpreneurs. And so then there is a visual representation. I can see it in my mind's eye. Do the same if you are a jewelry person and you're building a new jewelry website. Have mock-ups on it. Put a vision board so that you can visualize and see it from the end. Or just sit and imagine it, or just script it, write it out. How will you feel when this project is done? If you are buying a new house or buying a new apartment or getting your taxes done, just imagine, how will it feel when I'm finished with this? Because right now, when you're in the procrastination, you're beating yourself up, you're kicking yourself, you're saying, why don't I just get this done? But instead, think about how great it's going to feel when you move past this place and you're in the moment of completion. And you look back and you say, wow, I was stuck at that point. You don't want to even imagine the stuckness. Cancel that. You want to just think of, wow, how great it feels right now to have this done and what it means to have this work in the world, whatever it is. All right. Number 8, delegate. Number 8, delegate. Can you delegate the tasks to someone else? You don't have to do everything yourself. Give up the things that are blocking you so that you have room to do the things you really need to do. If it's your laundry, find a service. If it's walking your dog, get a dog walker. If you can't afford full-time help, get a virtual assistant. Find a messenger service. TaskRabbit will come and do little chores and errands for you. Find a Groupon for a housekeeper, and find someone who can come and physically help you, with your cleaning or whatever it is. Get help. You don't have to do it all alone. Okay? All right. Number 9, go public. Declare whatever it is that you want to do. Put it on your Facebook page. By such and such date, I will have completed X. There is nothing like going public with someone and knowing that something, and knowing that you have this objective in the world to make you want to step up and get it done. So you might want to consider going public with whatever it is. By this date, I will run a marathon or whatever it is to make you get yourself in gear. Number 10, ask yourself, what is the cost? This is something I talk to my one-on-one coaching clients about a lot. What is the cost of not getting it done? The emotional cost, the spiritual cost, the cost to your family or your friends or your career or whatever. Now, this is not to beat yourself up, but if you stay stuck, what's the cost of that? You don't want to terrorize yourself with this thought, but let it motivate you to get your butt in the chair, get in gear, and get it done. Let me just give you one more. Get an accountability partner. This is why coaching is so valuable, but you can get a buddy who is an accountable person to be your accountability partner. Rather than you trying to do it yourself and imagining that suddenly you're going to morph into a Wonder Woman that's going to jump up and get all these things done, you can meet yourself where you are by getting some support. And there is nothing wrong with that, okay? In fact, everything is right with that. Oprah has producers. You need teammates, all right? And let me throw in one more. Number 12, release perfectionism. The part of your brain that is creative is different. I know for me as a writer, the part of my brain that is creative is different than the part that edits, that says this is right and this is wrong. And so releasing the idea that everything has to be perfect, which may be the source of your procrastination, really allows you to be able to relax. And in fact, if you are procrastinating about, say, painting your house or whatever it is, now, again, get help if you can, but whatever, if you let go of the idea that it has to be perfect, and you can say, okay, I'm human and there will be some errors and I'm okay with that, and you can make peace with that, then you can probably find a freer and easier way of approaching your writing, your task at hand, or whatever it is. Okay? And so nothing has to be perfect when you put it out into the world unless you are a brain surgeon. And if you're a brain surgeon and you're watching this, stop procrastinating and go take care of what you've got to take care of. But for the rest of us, release the perfection. Be easy on yourself. Put your butt in the chair for 15, 20 minutes every day and get her done. Okay? Now, if you want the whole list, it's down here, depending on where you're watching this. But of course, you can go to sacredbombshell.com and search for procrastinate or procrastination, and you will find the whole list. All right, so head over to ownyourbombshell.com, get a free self-worth and spiritpreneur empowerment kit, and I will see you on the flip side. Namaste, sweetie pie. The sacred bombshell in me sees, adores, and accepts the sacred bombshell in you. Thank you for watching. All right, stop watching. You're procrastinating. Go do it.